Welcome to Marvelous Talk. You are with the Marvelous Talk podcast. Of course, your usual suspects, myself. I'm here with Max and Big G. Make sure you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube and Twitch so that when we do go live, you are here with us and you're able to get it in and talk with your boys, man. Max, Big G, how y'all doing this week, man? Talk to me.
Doing good. I got my internet back. I'm happy. Thanks, Spectrum. Took long enough, but I'm good.
It took long enough for Spectrum to repay
Five days.
and get you back. I think what it was is you went to go see Jurassic this weekend.
I refused to see that movie after
You
the
needed
last
that
one.
excuse.
I got a parting shot for Jurassic Park. I got a good take.
Okay, I can't wait to hear this. G, how you doing, bro? How you doing today, man?
Man, I just got one thing to say, man. Did you really believe I didn't see this coming, youngling? Did you really believe I didn't see it coming? That's all I got to say.
Listen. The Joker's maniacal. At this point, he's outside his realm and just acting a dang fool. So Max, let's recap what happened on Obi-Wan. Let's talk about it.
Well, we pick up where the story leaves off with Obi-Wan and Leia meeting up with the people of the path. We have Ice Cube's son there. We have Tala. So they meet up, and before they can even get out to Alderaan, they have to help all these people escape. But the Empire's close on their tail, more specifically Reva, the third sister, now promoted, got a promotion, Grand Inquisitor, and Darth Vader. They're still out to get Obi-Wan. But Obi-Wan and Leia don't know that her droid has been taken over by the Empire, so she locks it down. They can't escape. They have to hold them at bay. Obi-Wan tries to rally the troops, but the Empire overruns them. So he said, let me negotiate with Reva. And this is where, I believe Big G said it, Maud might have alluded to it, Reva's true intentions come out. She's a double agent. She was there that night on Order X-66. She thought she was going to help Anakin, but it didn't happen. And this is, we see a flashback of Anakin. We also have seen flashbacks throughout the episode of a de-aged Hayden Christensen and Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ewan McGregor, sparring. And it's kind of diving into their relationship, how Anakin has the upper hand, but his own lust for victory blinds him. And it's going to blind him against Obi-Wan because Reva comes out of the woodworks. She tries to attack Vader, and she is viciously dunked on. I would say Jason Terry getting dunked on LeBron levels of dunked. She gets dunked on by Vader, but she hears a very intriguing piece of news right at the end. And it seems like Obi-Wan and Leia make an escape, and they're headed towards Alderaan.
So I think I'm just gonna grab the. I need to talk about this because me and G talked about it earlier. I think the biggest surprise in this episode is when your Vader, who's Anakin, yanked the dang plane out the air. He didn't do none of that stuff that Ren was struggling to do and Kylo was doing. No, this man hauled this plane out. He grabbed it like he was grabbing a piece of bread off the counter and set the plane down and then yanked the door off of it. Like, I mean, when you're talking about somebody who has control of the Force, that was great to see. How you feel about that, G?
Man, I told you already. I said, man, that was one of the. I didn't realize that Vader was that powerful with the dark side of the Force. This dude literally snatched a spaceship that was about to jump to light speed, clean up out the air, slammed it to the ground, and hauled it out like it was some sliced cheese. So Vader a dog when it comes to that power. That gave me a little bit more respect to Darth Vader. Like, you don't need to really be fooling with this dude, man, because he can rip you to shreds. And even more so, Mon and Max, the fight scene between the Grand Inquisitor and Vader, man, he played with her like she was a little kid messing around, man. He was hauling her out, taking the lightsaber from her, giving it back to her. Like, come on, let's just, I'm going to see really what you got. He was knocking her around with the Force. I'm like, man, I don't know about y'all, but Vader, from a respect level, then moved way up there as far as what that dude can do with that force.
Well, I think Vader was always. I think Anakin's always been gifted with the Force, right? I mean, we heard tales of it, we just never saw it. Like he was saying, when they were going up in the elevator, he was like, "I'll save your life this many times." He's like, "Nah, that business with that don't even count." You know what I'm saying? Basically, him really just showing how gifted he is in the Force, but the thing here, I think, is just seeing it, actually being able to visually see this man pull a plane out the air and yank that bad baby open like a can of tuna, just yanked it open and was like, yo, he was getting ready to handle whatever was inside of that ship. He was waiting on, he thought Obi was going to be the one that was coming out there. I think another thing on this episode that I was really happy to see, Max, was Obi-Wan start to feel the Force again. It made me feel good to see him start to feel the Force again and being able to, oh man, something's wrong. How did that make you feel seeing that, Max?
It was nice to see Obi-Wan get back in the groove of things. But the fight scene that Big G mentioned, that's where I had like a problem with the episode. It honestly started with when he ripped the shuttle out. I thought it was cool. But if I was Disney, I would have put like 20 people in the shuttle and just had him murder them in vicious, like, no regard for human life. I thought that would have just added to it, and I thought it would have added to, and I thought the Reva fight scene was lame. I really thought it was lame. Yeah, he toyed with her, but I wanted more than a minute and 50 seconds of Vader playing with her. I wanted Vader to eviscerate her, and then for some reason he was like, "Here's some mercy. I won't murder you."
I mean, but
bro, like, why wouldn't he just cut off her head like Count Dooku?
What did he get for killing it? Like Count Dooku was different. Count Dooku had taken from him. Like,
yeah, but I mean, he at this point he's just a black hole. He has no regard. So why would he give? So what? Like,
he had already, because get this. Here's the thing about that, Max. He knew who she was the whole time. Right?
No, I get that, and that was like part of the coolest episode.
The whole time. He had been exercising mercy, playing the long game with her the whole time. So, just giving her what she deserves, put the lightsaber through her chest. You know what I'm saying? He put two of them through her gut, and then just kind of like, take that. Get off.
I don't know. I thought the choreography of the fight was lame. This is what I was talking about with my cousin earlier. It's just something about that fight didn't seem like Star Wars. Something about, maybe it's just a different Star Wars than I remember. And it just feels different. It feels like they're taking like they have magnets in Star Wars now. Like they have all this weird stuff. Like they're taking like real world things and putting into Star Wars now. So it's, I guess, more relatable. But I thought that was always the best part of Star Wars, that it was fantasy. And it was like, man, we're going to try to make a lightsaber one day. We're going to try to have robotic arms one day. And it's just something about that last 15 minutes. While it was good, I was like, where it doesn't feel like the Star Wars I grew up with.
Hey, so I got a question. And this is a theory I got, Max. And you're the Star Wars Grand Inquisitor, man. Like you got this down pat, right? Did you feel in the episode that Anakin, aka Vader, was torn, sort of still between the light and the dark?
No, I didn't feel that at all.
But his hatred for Obi-Wan had him where he was just gone, because I'm seeing something, and I don't know if y'all picked up on it. Vader said, "I'm going to be the one to go get him and deliver him." Deliver him to who? Palpatine? Oh, so Vader, did you really think that maybe you could turn Obi-Wan and you and Obi-Wan haul Palpatine out?
I was thinking more like, I'm going to deliver him to a pit of fire to leave him in for the rest of his life. Like, I thought it was more like, I'm going to deliver him to the torture in hell the rest of his life will be. Like, that's what I got more from Vader, was more like, I can't wait to make this dude pay. Like, that's like a cheap way out for him. And then Obi-Wan, basically, the lesson came full circle. So I think this is the last time they're ever going to see each other. Because now when he's leaving, it's like, oh, now he's the master. It's like when, like in episode 4, when he's like, the last time I saw you, I was still learning, but now I am the master. So it's the last time I think Vader and Obi-Wan's paths are going to cross. And that's a little sad. And what did you guys think about the flashback? Like seeing Hayden Christensen. First of all, how did they DH him? He looked like he was 35. He had 5 o'clock shadow. And why did Obi-Wan still look like not Obi-Wan? Like, why did he have?
So first of all, before we skip to that, I need to let you know this is I don't feel that this is the last time that we see them two together. I think they're gonna fight again, and I think that fight's gonna happen in Mustafar. I absolutely think that they're gonna fight again. Literally, right? But as far as the fight scene, I liked it because the flashback was kind of like it's just showing Anakin's never gonna change. And he told him, until you lose that rage, until you lose that, you're not gonna be a Jedi Knight. And get this, Darth Vader's cold and he is like gifted with the Force, but he still got holes, right? He still has holes in him, and those holes get exploited. I was reading the other day, there was people that actually beat Darth Vader within an inch of his life, in the Star Wars canon. So, he got holes. He's not just some unpenetrable thing that we thought he was coming up, right? So, and I think those holes are just his blind rage, his want to win and his want to be the best that there ever was with the Force is the thing that hinders him the most.
Max, I think too, man, just like the DH process, it sort of didn't line up, bro. It sort of didn't, because neither one looked like they was DH sorta, and one of them looked like they wasn't DH'd at all. And
Obi-Wan
looked it look as
the
close,
same. And I guess is that just them saying like, oh, it's his vision, that's why he looks the same. But I mean, we've saw this with Mandalorian when they had Luke Skywalker. Some dude online made it a better version, and then they hired him. So they could have done a better job with that. And even the way they fought, it just didn't look like, I don't know, man. It just doesn't look like the last time. Like I feel like episode 3 Vader or Anakin versus Obi-Wan is the best like fight. And I don't think anything's come close to that since.
So
like, even the choreography and the look of it.
Yeah, so I think that was a George Lucas fight. I think that's a George Lucas thing, yo. I mean, I'm just being honest. I think you got to just in my opinion, you got to remember George Lucas is the visionary on this. So like, he made stuff. He was so far ahead of his time with lightsaber duels and being able to manipulate the Force and move stuff around and all whatever else. I'll never forget, we were sitting in the movie theater and Yoda pulled the Luke Skywalker's X-Wing fighter up out of the water, and we had never seen nothing like that ever on the big screen. So I think Lucas, with his vision with Star Wars, was so far ahead. So Max, I'm feeling you a little bit, because now it's sort of like somebody else is driving the car with the vision, and it ain't Lucas. And you can obviously tell, and a lot of things you can obviously tell this is not George Lucas.
Yeah, and Disney's buffed Vader. Like, a lot of the times where Vader came within an inch of his life has been decanonized. Like, his apprentice, Galen Merrick, aka Starkiller, almost kicked his butt. And Vader, we have to remember, he's like 60% of what he was. He's not even close. Right. Anakin lost so much of the potential when he got all his limbs cut off. I mean, that like severed part of his connection to the Force. He's still super strong. But it just shows that, like, man, he's still, like, he can't move as well. And I get that, but I just want more, man. I feel like this is, like, we're Star Wars WandaVision. Like, I don't think this is at WandaVision levels.
Man, no, so I get what you were saying. That fight with Dooku, that was a fight. That was a fight where you just saw their faces.
Dooku and Yoda? Dooku and Yoda?
No.
Or Dooku and
Dooku and Anakin versus Obi-Wan?
Yeah, that was a hard. That fight went hard. Yeah, that was. Yeah. But I feel what he was saying, Max, about as far as the lightsaber duels. I feel him. I really do believe that those lightsaber duels were a lot different. That's what you were saying, right? About the lightsaber.
Yeah. I agree with Max. I agree with Max's take on the fact that they was like, I mean, because they were showing views of them right up in their face, and the lights You know what I'm saying? It was like you could tell they was really going at it, like, you know, and you don't have that. You just have like the
It seems like Jedi are just less powerful in Disney. Like when like it comes to fighting,
well,
it's
you
like
know,
they don't have the same speed.
Ewan is the one that did this. Like this is him. This is Ewan's vision.
Yeah, I just don't think it's like the right vision at sometimes.
So is there anybody who's still connected, like in the family tree of George Lucas, that's doing films? Is there anybody out there that's still like really connected to them, that's doing it? Like, you know,
they
like
have
the
like Dave
people?
Filoni, and like he brought him in when they started the Clone Wars, and they have Kathleen Kennedy, who's like an OG. But I mean, they don't have the master. They don't got George Lucas, and you know, you can talk about. And I know this is kind of getting off topic. You can talk all the crap you want about his dialogue. Episodes 1, 2, 3, there's some cringy spots. Yeah. But there was a vision. This movie was all interconnected. It was Star Wars. And then if you look at 7, 8, and 9, and I feel like an old man, it sucked. It had nothing like that. It had no Star Wars feel to it. That's why they stopped. That's why they stopped the trilogy model. The next Star Wars movie there makes a one-off, and then maybe a sequel. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're going to close shop with the Star Wars, the stuff that we know and grew up with. I think they're going to close shop. I think they're going to, after I think Obi-Wan and in the story with Mandalorian, but I'm hyped because I heard some stuff about the Mandalorian that might be true.
Can I ask you guys a question? Like, you know, just what makes do we agree Mandalorian's the best Star Wars show out there? And like it's been like a 10 out of 10. We can say that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What makes that so good? And they've missed with Boba Fett, and they're I don't think they've hit it out of the park with Obi-Wan.
Well, first of all, I still give that Obi-Wan an 8. So I'm not gonna sit back and say that it's been bad, because I've thoroughly
enjoyed it's not bad. I talked about it like it's bad, but I still think it's like a 7 or 8. I thought Boba Fett was like a 6, but
Boba Fett was a 6, definitely.
When the character is a 10, you expect, like, the character before the show was a 10. Everyone wanted it. Obi-Wan 10, Boba Fett 10.
Right.
Darth Vader, Anakin 10.
10. You know what I mean? So where is it? Like, what's missing? Like, what makes Mandalorian? Is it because it's fresh? It's a character we don't know if he can live or die. I mean, I'm guessing he's going to stay alive because the show's called The Mandalorian.
Yeah, I
got a theory. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Grogu being a yoga-like figure, you know what I'm saying? A Yoda-like figure, and then, you know, they're always bringing in like Ahsoka. They're bringing in people that are close to the Star Wars universe, and you're always getting a different feel. I think they keep it fresh and exciting. You don't know what's about to happen from episode to episode. It stays fresh. It stays exciting. You know what I mean? It's always a big reveal in every episode. There's been no big reveals in these episodes at all. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's just been like,
I hear you.
It's been like, yo, here's Ice Cube, son. Who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, she kills herself and sacrifices herself.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. That scene too. I was like, oh yeah, here you go. Here's the sacrificial lamb we have to have. She said something so corny, and I was like,
I don't know. When she leaned into the robot, I was watching it, but I was like, oh man, I knew she was gonna die. She was gonna fight it anyway.
I feel like that death meant nothing. I was like, whatever. It was cool. It was super cool to know you for 2 episodes, bro.
Yeah, you're out of Star Wars universe forever. Hey, but the thing that I think about with the Mandalorian, Max, is this. I think that I agree with a lot of the points that Ma said. You know, as far as like it pulls throwback information, but I think that ties to the fact of us that like I said, you're the Star Wars guru. I love Star Wars, but I don't know as much as you do. I know a lot of it. And the issue with The Mandalorian is it's a canon story that we always wanted to see play out on the big screen if you love Star Wars, right? Once I started reading the books and the novels and all that other stuff and listening to stuff, I was like, why in the world wasn't The Mandalorian ever in the series at all? They could have took the last 3, 7, 8, and 9 and made it more about the Mandalorian than anything.
Yeah,
and that's why I think that's the problem. So I think that's something that canon lovers of Star Wars wanted. We wanted the Mandalorian. We want to know the story of how Mandalore was destroyed, and all. We want to see that stuff because it ties directly into Jedi and other creatures or characters that are huge in the Star Wars universe.
So is it the fact that the Mandalorian's so good because it's something we haven't explored before, as opposed to Boba Fett, who we I feel like if the Mandalorian didn't come out, that show would be received better. It was kind of like, we already have this show.
Right.
We have the Mandalorian. Well, like, what's different about Boba Fett? He has different colored armor. That's it. And now Obi-Wan, and it's like, is there a character we spent more time with than Obi-Wan and Anakin? Not really. Like, to me, I'd be more excited for a Mace Windu show. I'm like, I want to learn something. I want you to explore the unknown people. Like, I don't want to keep exploring the same 3 characters. Like, I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just me. And I want to like the show, and I like it. I do like it. But it's missed that mark for me.
Max is like, I'm tired of it.
I hate it. It's coarse. It gets everywhere.
You sound like Anakin.
Dude, there's a lot of planets that is like dirt and sand. Like, can we get some asphalt in the Star Wars universe or cement?
Yeah.
Listen, I really think, they've done such an awesome job with the Mandalorian. They picked the right characters. They've cast the right characters, which we need to do a casting call on the Mandalorian. I think you should do that.
I think we should.
Honestly, I think they have actually casted the right characters. They've told the right story. And then the climax with bringing in Luke to save Grogu, awesome. And then, have it in working Luke in and this whole thing and having Grogu pick, where he's going to go and what he's going to do. Awesome. And then the attachment, of the Mandalorian to Grogu. Like I said, it's just so much, man. And I just love the story. I think, like I said, I think they keep it fresh. Every week, there's something you're like, oh, really?
They had 2 prime episodes of Mandalorian and Boba Fett. And that was like all anyone talked about. If you ask people about the Boba Fett show, it became the Mando. It was like, oh, Mando's in it. 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Makes no sense, man. That's, I just think Star Wars, like, to me growing up, it was Star Wars was the ultimate like franchise. It was like, dang, Star Wars. They got all these cute kids, like these cute like toys, like animals, whatever. Like Grogu. How many kids have Grogu dolls? And they've made millions of dollars off that.
That's right.
They had the video games. They had the adult. They had the kid stuff. And I just think Star Wars is kind of fading a little bit into the background. Like the MCU, like, kind of is in a different league right now than Star Wars. And Star Wars is kind of like the forefather of everything.
But Max,
that's definitely, that's not a feeling. That's a truth.
That's not. But Star Wars could be just as good.
Right. I heard something, man. I've been down that rabbit hole paying attention to what's going on. And I heard that Darth Raven is going to be the whole center plot of Mandalorian season 3. So if Darth Raven is about the Mandalorian in season 3, and they're going to give an origin story of the planet Mandalore, man, they're going to break the internet. I'm telling you right now that the internet is in trouble, bro, because there are canon Marvel people that, man, when you talking about, they love that storyline of Darth Raven coming to the big screen. Oh man, the internet great snap.
Yeah, I think there's just characters like, and let me wrap it up because we've gone way too long because it's my fault. I'm sorry. There's so many characters that are cool, Sean and Maud, and you would agree that they haven't explored in Star Wars. It's like, why don't we explore them?
Yeah, definitely. I agree, man. Like I said, we keep saying Mace Windu.
Samuel Jackson's like, I'm down. Let's do it.
Yeah, we forever saying that. Show us what happened. Show us what happened with my guy Darth Maul after he got cut in half. Show us what happened with that.
Dude, let me see a political drama about Darth Sidious rising to Chancellor and about like the million laws he broke, rising to power.
That would be.
And you know what, guys? He loved democracy, but I mean, did he?
No.
Yeah, really. It was all about that empire. No, it was about that empire.
He didn't love democracy.
To quote him, he loves democracy. Yeah. He loves the republic.
No, he loved that dark laugh. It was horrible. You know what I'm saying? Horrible. Switching gears a little bit, man. Miss Marvel. Talk to us about that, Max. Let's walk through that episode.
Well, it begins with her again. Like they're experimenting, right? This is when this episode made you feel like it's a kid show. Like in the first half hour, I felt like it was. She's at school. She can't really control her powers. She turns into Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. She asks her mom to go to a party. This was like the classic. This happens in every high school movie where it's like, what are you drinking? It's in like a Solo cup, water. And it's like vodka. Like
right.
That's like the typical scene of a party. Cops come in 1 minute. That party looked trash, by the way. I was gonna say that. From my experience with high school parties, I went to 2. Wasn't lived up to what I saw. But she meets a guy named Cameron, and this kid is balling. He's like, how old is he? Like 17?
Yeah,
it's a Porsche.
He's a senior. He's a senior.
48.
He got a Porsche, bro. Let me tell you, if I was at a party with that guy, I'd have a Porsche.
He said it was his uncle's. His uncle's. But
let me tell you, if I was at that party, it would have been my Porsche.
Look at Lee 48.
Yeah, dude. Look, if me and Sean were at that party, it would have been our Porsche. I'm just gonna say that. We would have done some stuff. No, so they escape. They're like hitting it off, and I'm talking about there's 4 people just watching these, like the sparks fly between these people with Kamala and Cameron. Like it was awkward, and that's what being a teenager is all about, right? It's being awkward. And then my poor guy Bruno took the L of the century when Cameron called him Brian. He's like, here's my phone, just put your number in. And I mean, we have to talk about this. Cameron might be the biggest idiot on the show because he let Kamala drive that car.
Well,
they're lucky this show didn't end with them going to the ER and they need a heart transplant because she crashed into a wall. I'll just say that. But as I progress, they talk about being a woman, being Islamic, and some of the problems with the community, and some of that stuff, which I thought was cool. They brought in the culture we talked about last time. But at the shindig of them as the Muslim people, I don't know what it was called exactly. A kid is hanging by like a curtain, and Kamala saves him. And after she saves him, she's getting tracked by the police, and she escapes with Cameron.
Sidebar: did you notice that those were the shoes that was stolen from the mosque that the young kid was wearing?
Oh, was it? Yeah, no, I did not. I would have let him drop. I'm just going to say that. If I knew that, sorry. But so she gets rescued by Cameron and his mom. And the mom's been waiting a long time to meet Kamala. And, there was so much undertone. And I was a Big G who said it. The mom was hiding something.
Time out. Was that his mother or her great grandmother?
That was, I think, great grandmother, or her great grandma's best friend, who knows all the secrets now because great grandma died.
That was her great grandma. Because if you saw every time you saw that she was seeing somebody, that was the person she was seeing.
Yeah. And they alluded to it throughout the episode. The mom's like, I had to move halfway across the world to get away from that shame. Did she drink and drive and kill a bus of 7 seniors in 7 pounds? I can't imagine what she could have done. I just don't get it.
Max, I got theories.
I'm going to tag in my good friend and co-host Big G. What is the theories?
All right. So, of course, you guys know I'm the comic book guru when it comes down to it. And knowing backstories before they bring things on the big screen concerning whatever Disney Plus show or whatever show they bring up. And I know the comic book references. So the Miss Marvel comic line didn't start till somewhere around 2013. And it took me till about 2018, 19 to really deep dive, figure out who she was, because I saw how much of a pivotal character she was on the new renditions of the Avengers series, right? So I did a back study on her, checked her out, found out, what's going on. The show is not comic book accurate concerning her powers, because her powers are different from what they are in the comic. However, the show is very accurate concerning the comic book. And that Cameron guy is one or two things. He's either an inhuman that has powers that he turns out to be the villain, one of the villains, as the show goes on to the end, or the one I'm banking on. I think he's Marvel Boy, right? Marvel Boy is Norvar. He's a Kree that come to the Earth, and he works for the Thunderbolts, i.e. the Thunderbolts. He's a Thunder member of the Thunderbolts. So he's this backdrop villain that tries to get close to her to recruit her in to the Thunderbolts to start being this new superhero team.
Well,
and in all actuality, he's not. He's a villain.
Doesn't that just line up with a lot of the news you've been getting about, i.e., the Thunderbolts, and about how it's in production, and now there's a character that potentially line up with it? Doesn't that just make too much sense?
Yeah, and that's what I said. You know, when I called talking about what type of person the mother, what type, because the issue with the mother is this, and I'm calling this on the show tonight. The grandmama is Kree. Because when they said, "Oh, I'm telling you, the grandmama Kree or Skrull," is she one of the two? So because I'm talking about the great grandmama. Because
that would explain the shame for sure. Like, oh, grandma's an alien.
Yes, but when the dude ran the machine, right. So when the boyfriend ran the scan on her, and he said, "Hey, Kamala, the power ain't coming from the bracelet thing. The power's coming from within you. All that happened was the bracelet just sort of lets you channel what you're trying to do, but there's powers inside of you." When he said that, I knew right away she's a Kree. I mean, the first thing I thought, Kree. She's a Kree. And so if she's
and Sean, that would actually go with your theory and lining up. I kind of think the same. That would go with your theory about the mama being able to do things so fast.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
The mama being able to do things super fast.
Yes.
Have you noticed that?
I thought that was just being a Middle Eastern mom powers. Because I think my mom might be Kree too then.
It could be. It could, but I think she's a Kree. And so I think that's going to tie to the big storyline, because I think the big reveal at the end of it is that you're going to see possible preludes or alludes to the actual forming of the Thunderbolts team, where you might even see a couple of them on the big screen. I definitely believe you're going to see Samuel Jackson. And he might not be in the whole story, but he might going to be in a post-credit scene. And I definitely now believe you're going to see Monica Rambeau or Carol Danvers. One of those two you're going to see on the screen that's going to tie this together. Because I think they're dropping this story literally right down in the middle of the Kree-Skrull War. That's why I think that Kevin Feige is so excited about this character and being able to build her out, because I think this is going to be the prelude to the whole Kree-Skrull War that we know is going on.
Well, I mean, so Sean, this Big G, here's where you really got to look at the proof's in the pudding.
Yeah.
The end of WandaVision, who went to go see Fury?
Monica
Rambeau. So that's who we're going to see. We're going to see Fury and Rambeau. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be a good show. That'd be like the Marvel's buddy cop show, Fury and Rambeau.
Fury and
Starsky and
Rambeau.
Hutch.
Yeah.
It'll be a great.
Oh, and
I think I think you're going to end up seeing Nick Fury and Monica Rambeau at the end. I don't feel like that. There's something mysterious about the grandmama and the son, right? Some mysterious. First of all, how you still that young? You know what I'm saying? That was the first thing I need to see. You know, we need to figure this out. You 17 million years old and you still you're not aging. Well, what's going on with that? You know what I mean? And then the other thing is, I thought about this real quick. She said she saw stars taking her back to her. That let me know the mama got powers. That just is what it is. The mama got powers. It's inside of the mama too.
She's a Kree. It makes all the sense in the world. It's
inside of the mama too.
I mean, if you even know about the Kree army, their rankings of the symbols that's on their chest has to do with stars and symbols and planets. So the larger your symbol is on your chest, the more powerful of a person you are. And I think that's why at the end we get the lightning bolt symbol for her as Miss Marvel, because that's an actual Kree symbol. That's a Kree symbol. So that's why I'm leaning towards her being a Kree.
So
a lot.
Do you guys like this show? Love it? How you like? I just want to know your thoughts of the show. Personally, it's a little kiddish. Like that stuff I'm kind of like whatever on, but that's what it is, right? Like I understand that's par for the course. Overall, I think it's cool. Like it's watchable for someone like me who really can't connect with the character because I'm not 16, not a female, not Muslim. I like that stuff. I think it's cool. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Mom, what you think?
I give it an 8, man. I really like it. I don't have to be none to enjoy it. I see it for what it is, and I think that, you know, being that it's something that is out to attract the younger generation, you know what I mean? And it's doing that inside of the characters, making the characters. Of course, when you're trying to get the younger generation, you make the parents young acting but quirky, right? That's just, they do that in all of the shows. They're young acting but quirky. They do, like, you know, wild out stuff, like the father dressed in the Hulk kind of stuff and was like, wow, you know. So they do those kind of things just to try to, you know, identify with kids, like your parents are crazy kind of thing. So I see all of that. Inside of that, I see them telling a really good connection story that is going to connect a lot of different things and touch a lot of different touch points. And that's what I'm excited about.
Yeah, you know, Max, to tell you the truth of what I think it's about an 8.5. However, I will say this. The timing of the show is perfect. Because what did we just leave out of? We left out of the dark traction of Marvel laying down the roots for the dark storyline or the anti-hero. So how do you switch gears a little bit? You got to create a hero. And so I think that Miss Marvel is the first true hero of the Phase 4 and Phase 5. And I think because of her being the first true hero to the Phase 4 and the Phase 5, you're going to get connectivity to her with the Fantastic Four. You're going to get connectivity to her with Ant-Man and Quantumania. You're definitely going to get connectivity to her and Kang the Conqueror. You're going to get connectivity to her and the Young Avengers. And you'll get connectivity to her and the Thunderbolts. I love the fact how they switched it up because we was on a dark path. And so now the dark path, all of a sudden, well, how do you make the dark path light? You bring in a hero. So you're going to get her, and then I think you're also going to get the tie-in of bringing in a hero with Thor: Love and Thunder. The heroes, these people are not dark. They're not anti, right? So I think that switches up the storyline to get us where we really need to be, to understand that Kevin Feige is literally drawing multiple lines and multiple storylines to set up where we're going in Phase 4, Phase 5, and beyond.
I love your guys' explanations of it. And this show is probably going to be really good for like everyone at season 3. Like it's going to mature. I feel like this show's storylines are going to mature along with the audience. But when you talk about creating a hero, I think it's 100% what they're doing. And I think picking a hero that's not like everybody else. It's not, for lack of a better word, it's not a white person. It's not like a, you know, Caucasian hero. It's like a, what is she, Pakistani, right? She's Pakistani. Mm-hmm. She's Pakistani. Yeah. She's Muslim. She looks different. I think those 3 things are refreshing. At least for me, I like it. I don't really, you know, I'm sure this show's just we've already talked about it. I'm sure this show turns off so many people because of just a different culture. So
the culture,
whatever, like sure. It's life, bro. I think it's cool.
Yeah. And kind of switching gears off of Miss Marvel, we've had some Loki news, and you know we've had some Loki drops, and this Loki too, being that he starts off in prison again. You know, I think that is gonna be. I'm already getting excited about Loki 2, and we won't even get it till next year, right? But you're gonna get more Kang in that, but you're gonna get a different Kang because it'll be after Quantumania that we get Loki. So you're gonna get a different version of Kang, but you know you could kill Kang in one universe and he'd still be alive in another one. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I do think that, you know, Kang being in the quantum realm himself is a big thing. And we're dealing with the quantum realm a lot, being that, you know, in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, we had Reed Richards come out of the quantum realm. You know what I mean? He had a little quantum box ahead over the top of him. You know, the Big G made and this is what made me go to this. Big G made a reference of when she put the bangle on, she fell into something like the quantum realm, right?
Yes.
So we're gonna get these ties into that's why I said it's touching everything. You just don't see it. You know what I'm saying? If you put your finger down on flat on the surface, it's touching 5 places, but you may only see one, right? And that's I think that's happening right now in front of us, and they're gonna connect all of these dots here in just a minute.
Yeah,
100%. You're correct.
I agree. I agree for sure, man. I think that like you said, with the whole Loki news, I saw the interview. What's the name of the actor that plays Loki? I always forget his
Tom
name.
Hiddleston.
Man. I mean, not him, but the guy that plays Kang.
Oh, Jonathan Irons.
Yeah.
No.
So
Jonathan, what's it?
Majors.
There it is.
Jonathan Majors. I saw the interview that he did for Loki 2, and I was like, oh my God. You know, they was talking, man. They made me so hyped for Loki 2 that I was like, dang, do I really want to see Thor: Love and Thunder? Knowing in my heart I want to, and Black Panther and all this other stuff, Wakanda Forever. But I was like, man, because I love Loki as a show. And for them to already like official say that this stuff is coming from Marvel. This ain't no made up stuff.
I'm gonna say like this, Max. You know this dude gets hype about everything.
Yeah, I mean, this guy, I can't believe he muttered the words, I don't know if I want to see Thor: Love and Thunder.
Hey, I mean,
you don't already have your tickets. Oh like you don't already have the whole day planned.
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
but Max, that Loki, man, like just on that little stuff.
No, I get it. I'm just saying, like you're an addict. Like you're one step away from getting checked into a program for Marvel people.
I'm in MA.
Marvel's Anonymous. Maybe we should change the name of that show to that.
Oh my God,
MA, Marvel's Anonymous. Yeah, I'm a Marvel's Anonymous for sure.
Yeah, I caught him tapping his vein when he was watching one of them trailers. I gotta get it.
Hey,
I gotta get it in his vein.
But I'm telling y'all, because they did such a great job on Loki 1, man. I mean, how do you top it? But they're gonna tell us. They're gonna tell us, man.
They're gonna show us for sure.
And that's why I'm like, they're so. And this I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna leave it alone. This the thing, man. They keep spreading this thing out like roots off of a tree, and we ain't even got to the freaking mutants yet, man. Come on, man. I mean, this thing is gonna be off the chain, man. I mean, that's why I'm like,
absolutely.
They stretching this stuff out, and it's so good that you like, man, and they ain't even talked about no mutants yet? Are you serious? Oh yeah, we're about to go. We're about to go. You know, so yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Well, parting shots, you guys. We're right here at that part of the show where we give our parting shots. Max, well, I'm gonna start with you. What are your parting shots for tonight?
It's about Jurassic Park. Did you guys see the last one? Fallen Kingdom.
The one before this one?
Yes.
Yes, I saw it.
Mod?
No.
There's a part at the end.
Yes, I did. I did. With him and the ball, and the ball fell off the cliff. Yeah.
There's a part, the last movie, where the dinosaurs are dying. And the little girl, they found out she's a clone. And they're like, we have to release them. And they're like, we can't release them. And do you guys remember when she pushed the button and she let the dinosaurs free to like cause havoc into the world?
I remember that.
I would have beat her so bad. First of all, not just her. I would have stood on that button and said, if you want to push this, you are catching hands to anybody.
Catching hands.
I would have beat everyone in that thing. I would have beat their butts till they couldn't walk and let those dinosaurs die. Because those dinosaurs, all they're going to do is cause problems. And that's my biggest gripe with that movie, that they just let her push it. They all looked away and were like, oh, she pushed it. I would have let him go, bro. That's a personal gripe. I would have beat everyone up. I would have been a wall. I would have been the juggernaut right there. Colossus.
You swinging on everybody?
Everybody. Bro? Anyone could get it right there. Like, let him go, bro. These things have been nothing but problems.
Yeah.
They've like killed
They don't
1,000 people,
terrorize
and they're
New
like, "Oh,
York.
it's our fault."
I mean, everything, man. You know what I'm saying? No. Ever since he got him out of the little what is that? The little ball of wax.
I didn't even see Jurassic Park 1, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, bringing dinosaurs into the world. This seems like a great idea."
No,
It's like in Stranger Things. If me, you, and Maud were and Big G were in Stranger Things, and they go to the creepy house and it's dark, me and all three of us would look at each other and be like, "Okay, I guess the monster won. We're not exploring the house."
First of all, I'm not going to the house. Listen, you pull up to the house, I'm not getting out. You can get out. I'll leave you there. I'm out.
You guys know about my theory though about like if the monster got me, what I do, right?
What's that?
What?
I would just be super into it. I'd be like, "Yeah, bro, let's go, big boy." Just like take the fun out of it for him. He's like, I'd be like, "Oh, let's go, big boy. I'm down."
He look at you like, wait a minute.
I just try to seduce him. Like make him fall in love. Like that's my goal. I'll be like, Vecna.
Max is a fool.
I'm just saying, like, that's the fun where they're all like, oh my god, I'm gonna lose him. I'd be like, it's cool, bro. It's gangster, dude.
Let's go get it in. Let's get it in.
Let's go. Yeah, come on, kiss me, bro. Let's do it. I'm into it. Let's go. I'd be like, come on. And he'd be like, I don't want this fool anymore. Like
he let him go because he's just like, man, this is no fun.
God. He's like, get out.
Yeah.
Get out right now.
Get away.
That's my theory.
We don't want you.
Like if Joker got me, I'd be like, yeah, let's do it. Come on.
Yeah.
Show me how you got them scars, big boy. Let's go. Let's do it.
Wow. Take the fun out of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, so Jurassic Park, I think it's one movie too. Listen, I'm finna say, y'all gonna get mad out there in Marvelous Talk Land. I'm sorry. We've seen one too many Fast and Furious.
No, we've seen about 8.
It's just like the fact that we don't need another Jurassic Park. This needs to be the end. It needed to be the end 2 movies ago, but okay, y'all wanted a money grab.
I just want to say this. Dom Toretto could take Batman in a fight. From everything I've seen. And he's a better driver than him, too.
Yeah.
I
co-sign with that, Max.
I had to get out of here because you said that. I had to go ahead.
Dude, in the last one, he fought like 40 guys. Like 40. Yeah. I'm not exaggerating. There was like 40 people, and he just trucked them. Vin Diesel.
He did. It was ridiculous. He
did, and then pulled down like he was Samson and pulled down a whole tower. Listen,
well, he's like anti-Samson. He has no hair. I guess if he gets hair, that's his like.
Then he dying and coming back to life, and Tyrese and them in space. Listen, just leave it alone, man.
Tyrese and Ludacris should have stayed in space. They should have let him marooned in space.
Yeah, we don't want another one. We don't want another one. Okay, we don't want another one. I'm not going to the movies to see it. I'm not advising anybody to go to the movies and see it. We're done. we don't need to be fast and furious anymore. How about we be slow and modest? How about that? We don't need to do none of that anymore. It's over with.
Yeah,
just like we don't need to do any more Jurassic Park. And you're right, Max. I'm telling you, I'd have caught a child support case that day if she'd have tried to push.
Oh my God,
catch him one. Hey, just call the folks on me because it's over with. You're not touching.
I don't condone hitting children, but like she just cost 100,000 people their lives.
Yeah. I mean, for real. Like easy, 100,000 people,
and like every animal out there that's just minding its own business.
Yeah, 100,000 people. It's over with. It's over with. Forget 100,000 people. She costs whole cities their lives.
Yeah.
Just because you
Big G, good luck following those party shots.
And dogs, you're looking at them like they're pets. Oh, little Fluffy. Little Fluffy need to get hands. It is what it is. G, your party shots, bro.
Good luck.
Yeah, I think I got it. I think I'm going to leave the fans on a cliffhanger, man. Right? So, the company that told us Avengers Endgame name 4 months before it came out also told us that we were going to get Thor Love and Thunder 6 months before it came out. and also told us the first lineup of the Disney Plus shows 4 months before they even dropped. Same company. Officially today marked the casting of Thing and Johnny Storm, aka the Human Torch. The company is International Movie Database. I'm not gonna ruin it for nobody.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
It's on IMDb right now. I went and researched it myself and looked at it.
So go ahead, say the names.
No, I ain't saying the names. Y'all want people to go out there and look and then
Say
come
the
back and
names,
comment.
G.
I'm
Yeah,
not
we talk about
doing it.
next week.
I'm not doing
I
it.
think
You know,
I think
want
I
people to
wasn't in love
comment
with the
about it.
casting. I wasn't in love with it. I'll just say that.
I really, if these are true, which, like I said, I don't have no reason. International Movie Database is not like Reddit and all that other stuff. IMDb, if they post that stuff up there, it's about 99.9% legit. And IMDb posted the casting of The Thing and Johnny Storm, aka the Human Torch. And if it's true, I really want the fans to leave comments about it. Tell us, do you really like it? And then we're going to talk about it on our show on Saturday. Because I personally love the casting, and I'm going to come tell you why when we talk about it on Saturday. So, Max, did I beat it? Did I do good with my part?
I definitely think my Monster Seduction was better, but yeah, you were top notch.
I like your
Okay.
Monster Seduction. I love
You
it.
just gotta take the fun out of it, bro.
That's,
You know,
that's,
they don't get the high off of it.
that's hilarious. That is hilarious. He said, "I'm all for that, bro. Go ahead, bring it, bro. He's silly." Listen, my parting shot is definitely share this podcast. Make sure that if you like it and you're rocking with us, make sure that you share it with your friends and anybody you know who likes Marvel comics and who likes Star Wars. Definitely, if you're into it, yeah, I'm all for it, bro. Just go ahead and share it. Go ahead and share it, rock with us, and make sure you do that. Again, like us on Twitch. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to us on Twitch. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We are definitely here for you and yours. I thank you guys for hanging out with us for the rest of this time, and we will definitely get back with you on Saturday. I guess we'll see you guys on Saturday and talk some more about Marvelous Talk. We out of here. Peace.